And
Hello.
we're back.
We are back.
Hi guys, how is everyone today?
So just before we start, did you move 2 of the monster tubes to put Baby Yoda right there?
What?
I just fronted those.
What are you talking about?
I just restocked those.
I have no idea. He has a mind of his own. He
I
goes where he wants to go.
I will body slam you.
That's a whole lot of
oh
body.
my god.
No, he goes where he wants to go. So that's where he goes.
That's where he goes.
That's where he goes.
Okay.
Yeah. What is
Hey,
going
Malcolm.
on? Hey, it's Malcolm. What's up, man?
Oh, itchy nose.
Itchy nose?
Itchy nose.
You know what that means,
That's
right?
happens. That I have an itchy nose, or sinuses, or allergies.
No, I thought that means like someone's thinking about you.
Very not at all.
Oh. Oh.
So I might mean that, but that is not the case.
Oh, okay. Hola, Mr. Murillo. What's going on, brother?
Cool. Yeah, just give it a few minutes, basking in the ambiance.
The ambiance
Basking
of the
in
child?
ambiance of me.
Oh, of you?
Me.
Oh. Somebody's full of
You remember that
themselves
scene from White Chicks?
today. Which one?
That's when he
You
farts.
quote that movie so often.
Yeah, because like he farts and he's like, "Yeah, basking in the ambiance," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's me."
Vicente has arrived. Miss Gidry has arrived.
The Lord of Chaos has arrived. He must be referencing me.
You are chaotic,
The
sir.
Lord of Chaos.
You are chaotic.
Game Genic giveaway this week. That's up to Mac. Put him on the spot.
I don't know. It depends.
You got to work for it.
It depends. We gotta up the viewer count for the Game Genics to just fly.
Explode.
Yes.
Tops come off. Game Genic tops.
Oh, okay.
Because
wait, what? This
Game
is a family
Genic
show. What are you
tops
talking
are
about?
completely removed.
Okay. All right.
You like that?
He got me. He got me.
Got him?
He got me. So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna give it a little more room, a little more time to get in, but we have some amazing spoilers from Gen Con.
A lot of stuff going on at Gen Con.
Really excited. How was your week today?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
That's cool.
No, it's been a busy day. Like, oh my gosh, this morning was so busy. So many people gearing up for Double Masters and stuff like that. I took a few pre-orders this morning. People are really excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited for Double Masters.
Yeah, all the stuff they spoiled, I might have upped my order from 1 to 2 boxes. Maybe.
Depends, like the old people diapers.
Depends, like the old people diapers. Those are old people diapers. They also make like young people diapers too, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that just Johnson & Johnson, a family company? Sponsor me.
That was good. I was not expecting that.
Neither was Johnson & Johnson.
They should pay you.
They're already signing the check. It's fine.
Yep, they should pay you. Totally should pay you. All right.
Our new gaming hall, sponsored by Johnson & Johnson, a family company.
The poopy people?
Yeah, the poopy people. They make everything, man. It's just 3 corporations. That's all it is. We'll eventually be absorbed.
All right.
Yeah, the pens do absorb.
Don't forget, guys, please say hello in the comments. That puts you in the drawing for all the cool free stuff that we give away on each show. So definitely, please.
Alpha Investment put a VIP opening in the channel. They must have sent him early product.
Well, I mean, he is fancy.
He's a cool guy. He's very brass tacks.
Yeah.
That kind of man.
He's
handsome, too.
What was it? He said that this is the one set that he doesn't think people should
sit on.
They should just pop it.
Crack it, and either if they're going to sell it, or just enjoy your cards, if I'm not mistaken. I had
I haven't heard him.
Aiden came in and was telling me that. So
I haven't heard him say that before, ever. He's always like, "Oh, yeah, sit on this one. Mr. Williams, hey, what's up?
Hello, Vincent, again.
Dan Murphy. All right. Now that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Dan Murphy is a good buddy of mine from back in my BSI comic days. David Leck, it's Paris Kandopoulos, Mr. Paris Kandopoulos. Hello, sir. Josh Stearns, hey, what's up?
I saw Mr. David this morning.
Vincent Chevalier Delacroix. Greetings, sir.
Y'all always look at me weird when I say his last name. And it's like, who do you mean? It's like, I just happen to know his last name.
All right, look, there's Louis Babin in the chat. David Leck, hello. All right.
Let's get started.
Let's get going. So, Zach, what do we have to talk about today?
Right off the bat, something important. I emailed Pokemon, the Pokemon company last night, because there's been a lot of street date breaks with their recent product for different shops around the world, and
shame on you guys.
It's unfortunate because Pokemon can react however they want because they're
their Pokemon.
It's their product and their Pokemon. But what they did was to make it seem like, like we don't have to say no to a lot of people who are coming in and say, well, this person got it from such and such.
Mhm.
We are allowed to sell the build and battle kits, the pre-release kits, as of today. Today, right now, you can come in and get your pre-release kits. I think I've sold a case today. It's been a very, very popular day for Pokemon. That being said, the booster boxes, which I know a few of you have already ordered with us, have been pushed to the 10th. So that's the Monday following. That is not going to be the next Friday, as we already assumed. The information will be updated on the website because they both still say the 7th, just because, as you'll see coming up, I've been typing all day. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm not finished yet.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
So that's the biggest thing. And then, of course, I'm personally excited for Double Masters. Just dipping my toes back into Commander became less of a dipping toes than a full swan dive. And fat guy's cannonball, right? You go for the splash. So cannonball, a full cannonball. That's me.
I'm just noticing how gray my facial hair is today.
Well,
It is really bad.
but you're letting it grow out, like I suggested.
I'm not letting anything grow. It's just lazy.
Do you want some beard conditioner?
It does look good though.
Oh my god.
It does look very nice. You're such a handsome boy.
Exhaustion is handsome?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Women like a hard worker.
What? Oops.
I know I do.
Hello, Ronnie. Hey, Joe. How are you? Thank you for joining the chat, the stream. All right. Yeah, so definitely Pokemon stuff. It's good to know.
Important.
It's
I
a
just
shame
wanted
that
to
people
be
broke
serious and
Street
say-
Date.
Yeah,
but
no, it's just
you
I
do
get
get
it.
building battles early. So
Yes,
there's that.
building battles early, and like I said, the boxes are a little later on, but those building battles, they always have fire in them, so it's always good.
Also, I see in the chat,
You open the box
it
and
is
the lights on fire.
It is Miss Lisa Moran's birthday, so Go for Game staff would like to say happy birthday,
Happy
Lisa.
birthday.
Hope you have a wonderful birthday. Thank you, Josh. That is a lie, but I will take it, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Better than me right now. I look like I just got chin strap.
Yeah, but you got that Buffon type of thing going on up front, and I'm jelly of that.
See, the hair.
My hair is just
Well, the thing is, the hair game is won by Mr. Brandon McIntyre.
oh, the Zohan.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
Brandon
Zohan,
McIntyre,
Mr. Zohan.
the Zohan.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
All right.
also known in other circles as Brandon Prime.
Brandon Prime.
Yes.
He is Brandon
Yes.
Prime from Earth 26.
Where can I smash the like button? Wayne.
On all of my videos on YouTube.
You can ring that bell, apparently.
Ring that bell!
Oh my god.
I probably just killed
Or
someone
not.
here. I need to get a compression filter attached to this.
All right, so
all
we got a bunch of news. Let's get back into it. Double Masters coming up.
Shovel Masters, yes.
It is coming up next week.
Yes.
We are still taking pre-orders. You can lock in your boxes. They are going fast for us. We really appreciate everybody that has pre-ordered with us. But we want to make sure that if you do want it, make sure that you get your numbers in with us. You place your orders with us so we can have it ready for you this coming Friday.
And just remember, the most important thing is, with the Double Masters, it is a higher price box set, but you remember we only require 35% for 35% down to reserve your Double Masters box. So you can just pay the rest upon pickup. So if it's something that you just really want to reserve a box, we've got you back.
Yes. All right, so we're going to jump into this one. We have tons of spoilers from this year's Gen Con.
Gen Con Online.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Gen Con, the world's largest gaming convention, was canceled for the actual live convention. Very sad. But in the spirit of all things gaming, it has persevered some way, somehow, through their online convention this year.
Yes.
And they have spoiled a ton of awesome things. So we are going to spoil those to you. First up is Seven Wonders Armada.
Yes.
This is from the Asmodee company. Armada takes the Seven Wonders game and allows you to take fleets of ships to investigate and explore up to 72 up to 27 different islands.
I was about to say 72 doesn't like. I wish I would love it, but yeah, 27.
27 different islands, and these islands will give you extra benefits for conquering them or adding them to your empire. It's a fantastic addition to the new Seven Wonders, and does not add any real extra time to the game length.
Yeah, no, it's just a different way to play.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Next up, another Seven Wonders item.
Oh man,
is
you
cities. So cities is really cool because this introduces teams to the Seven Wonders game franchise.
You didn't
So
just
you
team
can
up on someone in the first place?
I mean, kind of did your own thing.
Yeah.
But this allows you to play with teams up to 6 players, and it's really fantastic.
Okay.
There's new effects and new buildings, really interesting. The one thing that I like so much about it is it introduces diplomacy and spying and player debt. So you can be indebted to me.
Okay. So not indebted as in like we're playing Catan and like, oh man, I'll hook you up. Like
No.
actually rules.
There's a rule
indebted.
that says that you are in debt
You
to
are
me,
indebted.
and you have to
Okay.
do something until that
Well,
debt
that's
is paid,
cool. That's
which
really
I
cool.
like because that gives me more interaction. That's fantastic.
All right, guys, I'll give you a guess about what this next spoiler is.
It's
I'll
Seven Wonders.
tell you what.
So this one, it's famous people of antiquity, and they will help players get new points, extra benefits in the game. And the neat thing about it is it does come with an extra board, which players can use, but does not increase significantly the duration of the game, which if you guys have played Seven Wonders before, it can take some time.
So would you say this is like the non-combat units from the Song of Ice and Fire, just inspiring help from?
Yeah, that's a good example.
sideboards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's a really good example of how that is. And then after that, of course, the new Seven Wonders.
Yeah, it probably sounded pretty weird. We're releasing all this stuff for Seven Wonders. And it's like, well, this game is like forever old. Like this is Seven Wonders second edition,
Yes.
if you will. This is a reprinting. It is something very cool. We got an email about it like 3 weeks ago. Don't tell your customers. And they're like, but I don't want to tell them.
Right. So this is the new Seven Wonders, and in this edition, it's up to about 30 minutes for a playthrough with now 7 players. All playing at the same time, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It has a total revamp.
7 wonderful players.
It has a total revamp of the artwork, which is really, really interesting. They've just really made this a bright and beautiful game. And this will be on our website for pre-order coming soon.
Tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight, tomorrow, this weekend.
But yes, it will be available for pre-order. And of course, if you pre-order with us, you will get the normal pre-order discount on all products that are paid for in full. Next one, I know something near and dear to your heart.
Yes. So anyone who's ever talked to me, you know I'm obsessed with everything H.P. Lovecraft and Arkham Horror. Fantasy Flight for a while now has been releasing Arkham Horror fiction, essentially, just offshoots to highlight the different investigators from not only the board game but the card game. And this is the newest one, Wrath of Nakai, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. I'm excited to read it. Josh Reynolds has done a really great job on the books in the past. It's definitely a good book for someone who's not looking for something quite as like the language of H.P. Lovecraft's books. It's not as much to chew through, just because, of course, those books were written quite a while ago. It's very much quality reading, but still light reading, something I can do in between. I get home from work, read a couple chapters, but I'm not emotionally exhausted by it. And then, of course, Reynolds has also written a lot of the Warhammer 40K and Age of Sigmar novels, if you're a fan of that. Did Reynolds? Who did Indominus? That was Gav Thorpe this time.
Gav
who
Thorpe.
did Indominus, which is also Gav Thorpe is MVP, it seems, of
Gav Thorpe
Warhammer
does
40K.
a lot of stuff for that.
Well, no, he's a good writer, though.
Yeah, he is.
He doesn't have many or any flops, really. But then again, Black Library doesn't flop. And in my opinion, neither have any of these books. They've been really a great read-through.
Oh, absolutely.
They're coming back into stock finally because of the merger with Fantasy Flight Asmodeus finally over.
Yes.
And we've been getting a lot of good stock back in because of that for, all the different LCGs, Marvel Champions, Arkham Horror, what's another one? A Legion is the biggest one. Star Wars Legion. Oh my gosh, it was so hard to get a hold of it. Now it's like, yeah, we need this. Cool.
Yes. Also, to answer a real quick question, Mal, our game reviewer, a board game reviewer, she asked, "Is the second edition different from the Seven Wonders that was previously sold?" It is still Seven Wonders, Mal, but it is the rules have been cleaned up. It's a little bit nicer, and it does play faster.
The best way to think of it is as a quality of life upgrade, like quality of life improvements, just like when, it's the same concept for different apps you use on your phone, same concepts for different video games. These games as well, when they have a new edition, they improve quality of life, streamlining certain things that were just a little chunky before, streamlining rule books. My favorite thing about a lot of these new editions is that the rule books are actually cleaned up to a point where it is easier to find information. That is actually one of my least favorite parts of a game, if the rule book is not easy to reference.
Yes.
A glossary and an index is always something that I find very useful in these books. Like imagine the new 40K rulebook if it didn't have an index. Like, oh my gosh, it's like 500 pages of it.
It would be miserable.
Yeah. So that is just that's just the biggest thing about Seven Wonders Second Edition is that it's Seven Wonders. You're not missing anything. It's not like, oh man, I have an original copy. It's worth $10 billion now. It's just Seven Wonders better.
Yes, Seven Wonders better. That's good.
Better edition. I'm gonna put that on the website.
Flight, you guys can totally buy that from Zach. Seven Wonders.
You can
better
buy it, not just use it. I'm watching you, Fantasy Flight.
So after that, we are still in the line. There's a bunch of new novels that, of course, Fantasy Flight is putting out. Asmodee is putting out. This is Tales from the Crucible. It is a novel written by Robbie McNiven. And he is a New York Times bestseller. He does a lot of the 40K stuff and Horus Heresy stuff.
They're really starting to partner with a lot of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy Flight. They've done stuff in the past with them, but it's starting to. Black Library is getting to be so big, and their selection of books is so vast. It's hard not to recognize them as one of the powerhouses of the fantasy and sci-fi book varieties.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But this is stories that are based in the Keyforge universe, which of course is their wildly successful collectible deck game where you buy a deck, not so much cards to build the deck. It is all
pre-cons instead of a deck building experience. You just buy a deck and you can play on the same level as someone else.
Exactly.
So you can come there's no draft format. It's simply sealed format. Mm-hmm. So you and a friend can literally come in. You each buy a deck, $9.95 a pop. You sit down and you play.
Absolutely.
And they also make 2-player starter kits, which essentially just come with all the bits and bobs, like to represent your life, represent your resource, which is the Amber, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Amber.
Yes. So it's just a really cool pick up and play game. I like it a lot.
But this is really cool if you're interested in the card game and you want to know more about the world in which it resides. This is a great way to learn a little bit more of that.
Yeah, one thing I like about it, they kind of combine everything. It's fantasy plus sci-fi plus just like goofy camp.
It is just goofy. The Martian faction is just camp.
You remember the game? I think it was Destroy All Humans. That's what the Martians remind me of. Yeah. GTA alien style.
Once again, moving on. There is something that I'm really happy about. Mm-hmm. They are doing the Marvel Heroines series. This is going to be a bunch of short novels based off of female characters in the Marvel universe. Domino Strays is the first one, and it's going to be centered around the mutant of luck powers is her thing, right?
Mac, she's just lucky.
All right. So it's what did Deadpool say? It's not really a power.
Like that's not a power.
But it is. But it is. But anyways, Domino has to infiltrate a Chicago con man's cult compound to liberate some of the brainwashed twins, and she goes around doing her thing, and then she has to rescue her own brother from the Super Soldier Serum program, Project Armageddon. They're throwing a bunch of things together. It's really neat fiction.
I was about to say that is a lot of information in 3 sentences.
But once again, it is going to be really interesting. We are excited that they are focusing on the female characters of the Marvel Universe. Unfortunately, sometimes they get kind of swept aside. So it is really nice that they are doing a whole series based off of that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who's next.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. And then also still within the novels range, we're doing Curse of Honor. This is another L5R Legend of 5 Rings novel, but this is not like their little mini novellas. No,
this is not novellas. This is a full feature-length novel.
Mm-hmm. Really, really fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. How many pages is this one?
None of your business.
Don't
I
know.
didn't find out.
I didn't find out.
That is, there you go, from the mouth of babes.
Nerd.
After that, we have the head of
You didn't
Mimir.
even talk about it.
Oh no, I mean it's
Curse of Honor.
it's
a good
L5 art.
story. It's the duality of being a samurai man.
I didn't know that we are offering philosophy courses now.
Oh man, it's just like, no, this guy's just like really upset because, you know, he has to fight honorably, but it's not always how you win, and he has to defend his homeland, the mountains of Rokugan. So I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Well,
it seems like a good story. I like the L5R. I like the fiction. I like the role playing books.
you're right. Okay. Well,
We will move along.
We'll
It's
move
fine. I
along.
know, because books are obviously, we're not a bookseller, and these are a lot of books.
so this is the head of Mimir, another Marvel Comics novel that is being presented. I'm really excited about this, is because this is about Heimdall. Heimdall doesn't get a lot of love in the comic books. He was portrayed by Idris Elba in the MCU universe, and Heimdall is always just that guy who's like saves people because he controls the gate, and you know, he sees everything. This is a story of Heimdall before he became the guardian of the Bifrost Bridge, and to me, that's dope. That's super cool, and I'm really, really interested in this one. I think this is going to be a really, really cool novel.
So if I could interrupt real quick, I love when like typos are always fun. So on Curse of Honor, I just noticed that the time it takes to play the novel Curse of Honor is 45 minutes, and it's from 1 to 4 players.
Oh,
Because they get this information comes with like, oh, how long does this game take? But I guess they didn't delete that from the rest of the L5R stuff.
oh yeah.
I was just looking at it. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? All right, next. I'm so sorry. I just had to point it out.
The next novel is for the Descent series of games. So if you guys remember Descent a little bit back in the day, it was the first dungeon crawl board game really that was on the market, and Fantasy Flight kind of brought that style of gameplay to life. Descent was the most popular of those, and once again, this is by Robbie McNiven. You know, he's a New York Times bestseller, and he's done a lot of stuff for Horus Heresy and for 40K. But he is talking about the world of Tyranoth, and in this one, it's about when the Baroness of Forthrin, his daughter, disappears. She calls upon the legendary orc hero Durik to find her, and Durik enlists his old questing partners, the dwarf alchemist Ulma Grimstone and the roguish Logan Lashley. Say Logan Lashley 3 times fast.
Logan Lashley, Logan Lashley, Logan Lashley.
Shut up, I hate you. All right. Anyways, it's another really great adventure in the world of Tyranoth, and of course, high magic, high sorcery, lots of heroics, and it's about an orc hero, which is kind of cool this time around. So that'll be interesting.
I'm glad you could read the back of the book.
That's what I got. All right, I'm a low budget guy. That's what I got. All right, so this one's you. This is all
Yes,
you. 100%
no,
you.
I love this. I'm so excited. So, the Conspiracy at Innsmouth deluxe expansion was already announced, and it's due to come out later this month. This is the first Mythos pack of the Arkham Horror card game for the new cycle. This is In Too Deep, and as you can see, my lovely little friend on the cover, we're gonna have
deep ones.
Yes, we're gonna have deep ones. They can be portrayed 1,000 different ways, but that is a deep one. I don't care, and it says In Too Deep. You know, like the song.
You know who this
We're gonna
reminds
have
me
the
of?
stereos.
That
You say
face?
me, I'm gonna punch
No,
you.
that face reminds me of El Maestro, your friend.
Oh, I love
The
El
whale.
Maestro. Oh, I wish I had a picture of El Maestro. That's my boy.
That's your boy?
It's a new game coming out, and like if anyone's seen my desktop background at work, at here, it's a whale, like really zoomed in though, and it's the best thing. I bother everybody with my whale friend, but no, I'm really excited about this. It's a new scenario pack, so it's just essentially the next chapter in the story of the Innsmouth conspiracy, which is a fishing town off the coast of New England where people look like fish, and it's like a casually normal thing. Like no one even questions it. Like it's just like, yep, these are his features. He's like a fish person. Yes, so.
Yeah. So next is the new Ticket to Ride, Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
So this is really interesting because it is a faster version of Ticket to
I
Ride.
thought he was unicycling for a moment. Look
No,
at
he's
this
just
gentleman in
carrying
the middle.
a
But he
wheel.
looks like he's unicycling
No,
for a
he
second.
doesn't.
For a second there, he did.
All right. So first off, the tech team is
Siding with Zach.
siding with Zach, so it's a mutiny, and you guys all suck. Anyways, so it is a new standalone Ticket to Ride game. It has new rules and a smaller and much more portable design. It's super fast to play, about 15 minutes for this game. So if you're looking for a quick travel version of Ticket to Ride, this is your game.
No, Ticket to Ride is really fun. The girls, specifically Julie, love Ticket to Ride.
I know that these next two items are Zach's favorites.
I accidentally found these because
I'm really about this.
They announced this stuff
really cool.
at Gen Con, of course, but I just went on their website and I was like, oh man, oh heck,
so
flarg.
Guys, look at this. This is the premium
gorgeous.
GameGenic Catan trading post, which is used to keep all of your Catan stuff together, organized. And look at that.
It just looks very
dice
nice.
Tray.
So the dice tray, it looks misleading, but that is actually just the top of this box. It comes with it. You don't have to pay for something extra or anything like that. And also, these are made to fit in their little cubbies, I would say, with the GameGenic Catan sleeves. So I'm really glad GameGenic made, like, I'm talking like, you know, we have all the board game sleeves, but one of them is just like, yeah, this is for Catan.
And this fits with the cards sleeved, right?
Yes, cards sleeved. I apologize. I got so caught up in the fact that there are sleeves specifically for this game. This is the Hexa Tower. This boy unfurls its little magnet bits, and it becomes like a little portable dice tower. So this is something I like, not just for Catan, just for everything. Because I mean, I got the dice tray for the Catan for the other thing, but a small dice tower that gets the job done, and also so like you can roll your dice through anything and like it'll spit them out somewhere, but that little magnetic strip on top becomes a corral. And anyone who's messed with my dummy GameGenic boxes know that stays on.
Yeah, the magnets are very strong and they're quality.
So I think that's super cool. But the next thing,
this is all me.
This
is all me.
No, it's not.
No, it is all me. These are the Marvel Champions Heroic Sleeve line, and they're going to start coming out for every single character for the art sleeves. I like all of these except for She-Hulk's because it's dumb.
Dang, Mac.
Sorry, GameGenic, you let me down. She-Hulk deserved better than a fist breaking through a wall. Yeah. That's dumb.
So if it was
everything else,
if it was Hulk like Bruce Banner, what would it be? What do you think it would be? Would it be the radioactive symbol?
It would have to be either the radioactive symbol or him as Mr. Fix-It.
So we did the really lame thing that a lot of people do is we did for my wedding, we did like you got what are they called? Cufflinks. That was like, you know, a superhero. And it was cool. Mine was the Flash, which is ironic because I'm fatty. So we actually had a really hard time deciding what Eli's was, which was the Hulk was his favorite. And we didn't know, so we went with the radioactive symbol.
No, that's
like
good.
He's not usually associated with like a symbol.
No, he's not.
Okay, so She-Hulk is fair to say the same.
So She-Hulk could have done. I mean, her colors are definitely purple and green and white. That is symbolically what her costume colors have always been.
Of course.
But for She-Hulk, she's a lawyer. She's not just a person that beats stuff up. She's got brains to match the brawn. So why couldn't they have done something cool like that? The scales of justice.
Would you have preferred just her face?
She-Hulk is beautiful. Why not?
Well, no, just even like just something more iconic than a fist, because it's like, you know, if it's Beauty and Bronze, you know, just She-Hulk on a sleeve.
I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah, no. So I was just wondering because like I love the design. Like I don't mind the design in the context of She-Hulk. I don't agree with it, but it's a cool looking design. Like the artist did well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And these are going to be available coming soon. But we're really excited. I'm really excited because now I'm going to be able to outfit every single card game with Captain America sleeves.
One thing that Mac didn't mention is that, of course, your character card is double-sided. These do come with one clear sleeve in addition to your 50-card sleeve pack.
Yes, so that we can fit your character.
That is super cool.
Absolutely.
A lot of companies don't do that for these kind of games, and I definitely want to applaud GameGenic for that.
Yes. This one's going out to Mal. This is the new Journey into Middle-earth expansion, Dwellers in the Darkness. You finally get to deal with the ghost, the dead kings that dwell in the darkness.
Why is he green?
Because they were green in the movie. That's their ghastly glow.
What about blue?
They don't have blue ghosts. They have green ghosts.
What about purple?
Did you see any purple ghosts in the Lord of the Rings movie?
I never watched Lord of the Rings.
Well, there you go. You missed out.
Enough.
But anyways, no, this is going to be really fantastic. It's going to have 3 finely sculpted models in it, and then of course 9 new cards to give you more options for upgrading and differentiating your heroes. So I think more titles and stuff
So
like that.
cool. So this is going to be like villains, right?
like Villains of Eridor,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But
so just a minor expansion, just more of a character expansion than an adventure
I mean,
expansion.
you got the big one with Shadowed
Shadows,
Path.
yeah.
You got to play.
And that just came out, so
Right.
already announcing another one. They are really supporting this game.
They are, and it's going to be really fantastic that they give you so much content. If you guys watched our episodes a little earlier, Mal did a great review on Journeys into Middle Earth, and it gives you so much content already. So just with Shadow's Path gives you, I think they said that they gave you enough content in that to rival the base set. This is just even more.
I like Chris's response.
Green is extra spoopy. Yeah, you're right. It is.
3 spoopy 5 me.
All right. Once again, we got moving on. Dark Tidings. It's the new set for Keyforge. Now, this the picture is misleading. That is a 2-player starter. That starter is not $120. $120 is for a whole
Booster
deck
box.
booster box.
Yeah.
It's just
So yeah, pretty much Mass Mutation just came out, and just like any card game, they're ready to pump the next set out. So obviously, I don't know. Obviously, this is water themed.
right.
Yeah.
It's got a brand new house.
Water monsters, yeah. The Unfathomable, yeah. So it's a brand new house. They're water monsters. They're here. You're gonna have to deal with them. It's gonna be fun. So this is essentially, again, they have a really good formula. 2-player starter set, like I was talking about earlier, and then the Archon decks. So that is gonna be just the deck you can pick up and play with.
Also in this, it's every house gets a new mechanic called the Tide card, marking high tide and low tide, which is included in every new deck in this set.
Yeah, who doesn't like playing in the water?
And then, of course, Evil
Except
Twin
for-
decks offer an exciting and rare new type of deck, a copy of an existing deck, except with many of the deck's cards exchanged for their Evil Twin variant. So
if
you-
I was a deck, you would be my evil twin.
first off, you would be the Evil Twin.
Am I evil because I eat too many Twinkies?
Is this a Ghostbusters reference?
You shouldn't have to ask.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, this is really interesting that they're doing a variant version of the decks, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. That should be coming.
You know what we should do one day with a product review? We should do like ASMR stuff. So, yeah, you see, guys, this is the newest product. All right, so
moving on.
man, Fantasy Flight is putting it out. All right, Legend of the Five Rings. This is the beginning of the new dynasty, new cycle. Twisted Loyalties. So this is the kick it all off, and I think this also kicks off the first rotation.
I don't know. I'm not sure because they do have the new starter coming out, which has the first 2 cycles in the starter.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they're going to do a rotation.
Well, I know
just
they're
yet.
planning on a rotation. I read on it.
Okay.
But I don't know when it's going to happen. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
But I think this might be it. But I know the L5R guys can definitely help me out with that a little more.
This one is
Which I'm going to figure that out.
definitely, this one's really cool because obviously this is, I think, looking at the artwork, this is where Bayushi showed you.
It's Scorps in the game.
Yeah, it does his thing, and of course in this particular one, there's going to be Maho Blood Magic introduced into the game, so that'll be really, really interesting, and I'm looking forward to that one. All right, guys, this is something that I've been really
Max
cracking
hyped.
out about.
I'm hyped.
New
We're all
MCP.
hyped.
They introduce all the X-Men to, well, not all the X-Men,
not
but a
all the
majority of the X-Men to the game. This is going to be super cool. There's multiple variant sculpts for each character. Wolverine with the mask, without the mask. Cyclops with the skull cap, without the skull cap. Beast, glasses, no glasses, reading a book. It's fantastic, and I'm super excited for this. They also spoiled, we don't have pictures of them, but they did spoil a couple of other characters that are coming down the pipe, which are Kingpin, Bullseye, Deadpool. Possibly Deadpool. Daredevil.
I was about to say that's not confirmed.
He was in the trailer as ringing up the X-Men,
He's
and then
been
they hung up on him.
He's been in a lot of trailers over the years.
Yeah. And then who else was spoiled? She-Hulk
She-Hulk.
as one. I'm super excited.
Yes.
They have the
So-
Wilson Fisk
so you're
construction, the construction site terrain that they spoiled on their website too. So I'm really excited.
So with the different sculpts, does that mean Mystique's gonna have a different colored skin besides blue? Like, Is that going to be modular?
I,
Are they going to be different pieces?
I don't know.
No, because
honestly.
you just paint it differently.
Oh my god. I don't even know why I do this show with you sometimes. I just don't. I really don't. I don't know. They have not spoiled the last 4 characters, so there may be a Gambit. I'm not sure. They said
that'd be
more
cool.
X-Men were supposed to show up.
I would like
So
Gambit.
I personally, they need an Archangel. I want an Archangel.
I
That
want
says 90s
Gambit,
Archangel.
but I want it to be just they sculpted essentially Channing Tatum.
Every time you say Channing Tatum, all I think of is that movie, This Is the End.
Yes.
That's all I think about.
That was a fun Channing Tatum flick. He was the main character.
Was he?
No.
But anyways, really excited about it. MCP, the guys at Atomic Mass Games, are putting just a ton of stuff out, and this is really fantastic. They spoiled this for their Gen Con release,
Yes.
and we're really looking forward to this. This will definitely be available for pre-order on our web store tonight. So please make sure you get your numbers in so we can make sure we get enough for everyone. Still talking about Marvel. Ant-Man, newest Marvel champion character, hero pack.
The only character that could defeat Thanos.
Now-
You all know what I'm talking about. You remember the meme.
There's only one flaw with this. If this is not
You are a flaw.
Hank Pym, and this is what's his name, Scott
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Scott. Oh God, what is the character's name? Scott Lang. Yes.
Scott Rudd.
If this is Scott Scott Rudd. If it's Scott Lang, I'll be upset because Hank Pym is the real Ant-Man. Truth.
God, gatekeeper for comics.
You can shut
my
up.
God.
You can shut up.
Maybe just let people enjoy things.
But I'm really excited about this. This is gonna be really cool. I got to play Champions with Mal and Doctor Strange and Zach just recently,
that was me.
and we will have that video up on our YouTube channel. So if you guys get a chance, please check that out. Doctor Strange was so gracious in visiting us from another dimension.
I played Iron Man.
You were terrible at it.
I didn't do
You
anything.
didn't even build your armor.
I didn't pull
You had
it.
like a boot, one boot.
I didn't pull it.
But no, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for them to add some more hero packs to this, especially Ant-Man. That'll be great. Next on the list, Mysterium Park. Now, this one we are not too familiar with, but it is another Asmodee product.
It looks cool as heck, though.
It is.
Clowns.
It is set in the Mysterium
Burritos.
universe, which I don't know if you guys have played Mysterium before. It was a really interesting game where you would no one would speak. They would kind of like mime. The ghost would mime the stuff that killed them, and you had to figure it out. You were a bunch of psychics, and you had to try to figure out in what room with what item, and then who actually did the murder. And this is in the same vein as that.
Okay, I was listening to that whole time. The word murder popped up only once, and it was very surprising.
But
I was
no,
like, what? Wait, this took a turn.
it is really the whole Mysterium playstyle was very thematic and very interesting. So this is in that same universe, in that same vein.
It's just
There
under
it
the
is.
big top.
It is once again a game that you do not speak. You have to mime things in order to get the information to the players, and really looking forward to it because Mysterium was fantastic. And then Marble Splendor.
Look at his face.
He is
He's
determined.
such a handsome boy. That's a lie.
He is
He's ugly
determined.
as sin. That's why I don't want to be mean. His mom threw him away.
I don't know which one are you talking about because there's like baby Thanos now too.
Baby Thanos. No, he got a new daddy. It's Frank Castle.
Yes, Ghost Rider 5 billion.
Ghost Rider, Frank Castle, Punisher Ghost Punisher, if you will.
So this is, of course,
5.
it is Splendor. It is the same style of game that you liked, of course, with a little bit of a twist because it's Marvel and they got to do something different. This one is going to have new endgame rules, a few tweaks in the regular rules, and then, of course, you will have just new challenges. And
Also, yeah, one of the challenges, if you don't know how to snap, you lose.
What?
Confirmed.
What?
Confirmed. If you don't know how to snap, you lose.
All right. Well, anyways, I don't know where that came from. But it's going to be a lot of fun, of course. Splendor, a great game. Our tech team really enjoys it a lot to the point that they're obsessive.
All right, who likes sand? Because this guy don't. I hate it.
That was good.
Of course, it gets everywhere. My name's Anakin Skywalker. It's not a phase, Mom. God.
Not the younglings. The
Man.
younglings.
Oh, I saw this comedy routine, and it was, of course, dubbed over Anakin and Obi-Wan, and it was like, I'm not going to say the word on the show, but it's like, if she blinks, she's blank, and Obi-Wan's like, all women are queens, Anakin!
But yes, Anakin makes it to Legion finally.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And he's from the Republic, so this is this is essentially Clone Wars, when the Clone Wars started era. So this is when he was still very much a good boy, as terms of like what people didn't know about him anyways. I mean, it was always kind of sick.
But was he a good boy?
What did I just say?
Was he?
In terms of what people thought of him, I mean. Everyone's
Did
like,
they?
he's the prodigy. He's so amazing. I love him. Everyone's like, you're such a shit kid. Oh, excuse my language.
Oh, ooh, yeah. Look at that. Zach's passionate here.
No, everyone's like, I'm so tired of you. Please stop. So next, something I've been waiting for a long time, and it's releasing alongside with another unit. So that is the Republic Specialist. So Republic Specialist, the whole Specialist concept is I want to play this game, this lovely miniatures game, but I don't want to have a named character. I don't want to have Obi-Wan. I don't want to have Rex. I want to have my own cool unit. I want to make my own stuff up. And this is it. This is just, a clone trooper captain. That is literally what it is. And they're also going to have it for droids. So tactical droids, things like that. I am very excited for this. If any of you have talked to me about Legion, I've been saying it for months now, just like, this is what I want. And they did a really good job. But what I want more than that is coming up next. My man, the myth, the spiky-headed legend, Darth Maul. And he comes with his Sith probe droids, his little creepy crawly little floaty boys that go and find Anakin.
Yes.
It's like, where is the chosen one? Actually, he was looking for Qui-Gon because they were trying to silence him. But prequels, they didn't make sense. Yeah, but no, he's super cool. So all of the tattoos are actually sculpted. I say tattoos. I think they're just born like that. I'm not sure, honestly. But they are sculpted on the model. So if you're not good at freehand, like I am not good at freehand, it's going to be easy. I'm excited. Edge highlighting on tattoos. Ooh. Me.
Well, and also still remaining in the Star Wars line, the next one is the new Galactic Republic Fleet Starter. So this introduces the Galactic Republic Fleet to the Armada system, to the game, which will be interesting that we have a third faction finally. The neat thing about this is that it's going to give you all the things you need for one player to jump into the game. Rules, everything, all for $100.
You have friends, or you're going to your local game shop, just like, oh, they're playing Armada here. Cool. You buy that, and you can play Armada with them. No problem.
And then still, once again, in the Star Wars line,
Star Wars is popping.
Unlock the escape game, but Star Wars themed. So this is going to be really neat. It's going to have a companion app also to create the galaxy sounds
and at home. It even includes a Tauntaun to hide inside of.
Does it really?
No.
For $35, I want a dead Tauntaun that I could hide inside of.
I mean, I'll give
for $35.
I'll cut you open.
That's just rude. All right. So now moving on, we have X-Wing. Lots of X-Wing goodness.
Yes.
First one is
fighters,
the TIE RB Heavy expansion.
Yes.
Now, I don't really remember what was so special about this.
It's a bomber.
It is a bomber?
It's a shooter and a bomber. It's a hybrid.
Oh.
Yeah. No, just because like you see the repeating blasters on the thing, and then it's also the B is bomb. And it's also a heavy, so like bombs. All right. And then next, Heralds of Hope. This is the Resistance, not to be confused with the Rebel Alliance. This is in movies 7, 8, and 9. This is the Resistance. So these are Heralds of Hope. These are essentially 3 character ships. It's a squadron that is just very flavorful. They're going to have a lot of special rules. They're not going to be your typical wing fighters. They're going to be special boys and special girls that just want to be in your. They just want to be in your heart. They want you to love them. Oh, actually, Mac just pointed out that it's actually going to be Poe. Poe is going to be one of the pilots, and Wexley. So I wonder who the third one's going to be. That's exciting. I like that. Now, I had one of these as a kid. I had I don't know if it was a Lego set, but it was a Star Wars set, and essentially it had the ring that you could dock into, and then it's the flaps came out and it would shoot the little blasters. It was amazing. Obviously not the same thing because this is for a miniatures game, but I saw this and I was like, oh, nostalgic feelings. I love it. And so this is, of course, a Jedi Starfighter, and that ring is essentially a plot device for refueling / energizing, and also hyperdrive, so they could jump without having their own gates or having to use other gates, because the Jedis were above mere mortals. That's why they got eradicated. Wrecked.
This one I'm really interested in myself personally. This is the new Twilight Imperium Prophecy of Kings expansion. Now, the neat thing about this is it expands the game's player count to 8 players, so you can have even bigger games of Twilight Imperium. It has 7 new factions, and then of course it introduces a new leader mechanic that gives existing factions and such more strategic ways to get points and win. I'm really excited about this because Twilight Imperium, one of the most thematic games that I've ever had the pleasure of playing.
So
and it's really fantastic.
If it's Twilight Imperium, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
If anything, I would be Team Edward always.
I took that joke from Gary, I won't lie.
Pay that man. After that, we have X-Men's Mutant Insurrection, because you can't get enough mutants nowadays, right?
They have the Phoenix. Okay.
So this is going to be a new cooperative board game from 1 to 6 players. It's a dice game, so you're going to be rolling a dice mechanic to collect points. And it's supposed to recreate a bunch of the X-Men's greatest storylines. I don't know much about this, but of course, it's the X-Men, and
this isn't going to be like any of the LCGs they do. It's going to be like
this is a standalone board game with
sure.
with a dice rolling mechanic.
Because, like you said, it's going to take you through like almost like campaign system, which is kind of like the other ones too. But it sounds fun. Sounds cool.
It'd be interesting, and of course, with the kind of roll and keep style of gameplay, that'll be kind of interesting to see how it works out exactly.
Man, Josh is just adding me right now. Did you not watch Star Wars? I watched it, but I mean, it's the prequels. I literally said they use it as a plot device. It was whatever they wanted. Don't be mean to me, Josh.
I'm on Josh's side.
And then Mal, for Twilight Imperium, it is fantastic. It is super crunchy. I think that would be like 100% up your alley, because what you need to plan ahead, like a lot, to make sure that your strategy will come to fruition. I think you would really like that. Your husband, maybe not so much. All right. Of course, this one's going to be great.
For a lot,
yes,
yeah.
And finally, they are releasing it. It is coming out the quarter 3.
Q4.
Q4? I'm sorry. Is it Q4?
Should be.
Anyways, Pandemic Legacy Season 0.
Q3.
Pandemic Legacy Season 0 goes back to the beginning of the story for the Legacy series before everything goes down. It is a kind of 1962-ish, 1960s storyline. Going to be really, really fantastic. It has 12 sessions, hours of gameplay in there. Thematic components. You get passports and everything for you to travel the world. And then it does have interconnected themes to enhance the narrative for all 3 pandemics that have come out, seasons 0, 1, and 2. And
yes.
This pretty lady.
She is super cool, super rad, every positive adjective you can ever think of. Fierce. So this is Kira the Dragon Princess. She is one of the newest. They were spoiled a lot, but this is the one that really spoke to me on the previous her God tier. She is going to be one of the few champions that has large-based minions, large-based followers. They're literally 2 giant dragons.
And then
Just
weren't
huge.
you guys talking about like what was one of her big powers or something?
So her big power is that she doesn't have to be next to anybody. She draws her line of fire and range from her dragons. She is by all means a controller, if you think of it that way, essentially a drone controller, in terms of what she does. But I mean, her drones are giant dragons.
That's cool.
I would love to have giant dragon drones.
And then, of course, this is for God tier, the Steamforge games.
Steamforge game, amazing game. I think I went over it a couple weeks ago. My obsession, and it's just a fun game overall. And they're always releasing new characters. We just got one in the other day, actually, Ragtusk. I believe his name.
He's the ogre, right?
He's
or the
like,
Minotaur.
It's like it's more of a Minotaur. It's kind of a hybrid, honestly, because he doesn't look like your standard version of either. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for that model. I definitely am going to put one aside for myself. I know Will, another big fan of that game, our main man from Magic, along with Meagle, is also very excited for that.
So are you going to suck at this game like you suck at all the other games?
Honestly, I just like playing. I don't care.
So there are a couple of things that we wanted to go over real quick. That we did not have time to put the slides together. One is this fantastic product. I hope you guys can see it. This, where is it?
You good.
There we go.
One,
so,
two, you got it.
This is the new Hex Docs for Catan. Hexadox, I'm sorry. So it's going to hold all your Catan pieces in these beautiful clear plastic hexes. They're really gonna be fantastic. They have it also for the extensions, which is the green and dark brown characters, so you can play it for all six.
Has really been stepping it up with storing your items.
Yes,
and to me that's something that's very important because just brass tacks, I only like to buy things once. I don't like let my stuff get ruined.
Right.
And I also, I mean, straight up don't have the cash for it.
But no,
it's all my money.
I really like, I'm really big about organization, and for that to have everything put together in one spot. And then of course the neat thing is you just open it up and you put it in front of you and it keeps all your stuff together, so when you need it, you pull it out and then you play.
Plastic bit hooks to the bottom, so it actually, you don't have to have your plastic off to the side to save space, so it's just right there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's
just
really
little things like that mean the world, in my opinion, when it comes to if I'm buying an accessory, accessory for game for storage and organization. I want it to be useful while I'm playing too.
Oh, absolutely. Also, another one for X-Wing, Jango Fett's Slave One.
Yeah,
so you're
not just regular old Slave One, Jango Fett's Slave One.
So that'll be really cool. Very excited for that. And then of course, the other side of Armada, you're going to have the Separatist Alliance.
Yeah, I was about to say, you said earlier, like, it's like, oh, finally, 3 factions. I'm like, you liar.
I'm sorry. The Separatist Alliance will be there, and it'll be in the exact same vein as the Galactic Republic.
Except for more ships, more better.
More ships.
Do they have droid ships?
Droid ships? I think so. And then finally, there is an upgrade collection for Armada coming out, too.
Oh, yep. The Vulture droids.
Really, really excited for.
Vulture
that'll be really cool. It'd be nice to see more Armada played, again.
Yeah.
So I think it is that time again. That was a lot to go through. So
it's been a wild weekend so far, and we haven't even done yet.
Well, there's a little extra show for you guys. So it's once again that time of the week to have.
Boom.
Zach and Max pick of the century. Of the month, of the week.
So once
I
again,
forgot to pick something out.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
So once again, we're talking about Arkham Horror.
Arkham Horror, I love it so much. It's just something that I haven't shared. I have a sealed box here, simply because the best part about this game, in my opinion, is that it doesn't take up too much space because it's not a board game. It's a living card game. So you essentially create your board out of the cards. If I were to show you my copies, it would just be about 2,000 cards just on a table. You don't want to see that. So this game is a cooperative LCG where you pick an investigator to be your main character. You'll build a deck called your investigator deck, and essentially you will have different scenarios and campaigns to play through. The fun part about it for me is, of course, being an investigator, solving mysteries. The whole point of the campaign packs that come inside here, or the expansions here, is that you don't look at them. You don't know what's coming. It's completely random as far as encounters go. There is an agenda deck and an act deck. So essentially, you're going through the acts just like you would any D&D campaign or role-playing campaign, and then the agenda is what the god or cult is doing to work against you, and that's essentially a ticking time bomb until it explodes. And it's like, oh, the agenda is going to advance. Well, there's more than one agenda, but guess what? 6 ghouls just spawned. Good luck.
And this is all story based, right?
It's all story based.
So you
play
will...
a whole arc. Now you can play them on their own.
Mhm.
It's just something like, for example, the Search for Kadaf. This is the first scenario pack in the Dream Eaters cycle. The Dream Eaters being a cult and monsters that really dwell in the Dreamlands,
Mhm.
and that is essentially. In H.P. Lovecraft, you get there through astral projection. Typically, there is a way to bring your physical body there. It's not a good idea. Yeah, because I mean, you die in Dreamlands, you die in real life. Sorry. No, so it's just been really fun to play, and it's a completely cooperative. There's no winning or losing. There are just different completion.
Mhm.
There's different results. It's just like, did half your party die? Did you do this in time? There's a lot of different things, and that affects the way the next scenario works. There are standalone expansions. The Essex County Express is one of them that I was excited about, and there's a few other ones out there.
I'm super excited about Barkham Horror.
Yes, Barkham Horror is going to be one. They're
fighting against evil cats.
Evil cats, because
because we're dogs.
Cats, and you play as anthropomorphic dogs.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, and it's the mask of, I think, Meowler Totep. Instead of Naharlatotep, it's Meowlertotep. So that's going to be really fun. Me and Mac are going to play that one.
Excited for that one.
For y'all. But this is a really great game, and it's just been something that I've really enjoyed as far as the role-playing aspect, because when I do role-playing games, I usually am the DM. I never really get to play because it's for my family. So this is kind of cool just to have the deck be the DM and just take me through this cool story, because I'm also a fan of the fiction. So it's like, wait, an enemy pops up, the Ghoul Priest. I know exactly who the Ghoul Priest is. I know exactly what he does. I know exactly everything about him, except for obviously the game's way to, defeat him. But
Right.
I see that and I'm like, oh wait, I know that is, just like for a lot of people with the Marvel Champions game, because, they read comics. It's like, I know who the Rhino is. Absolutely. I know who this minion is. That's the way it is for me with this game.
Okay. And then also this is, you can play 1 to 4 players for this?
You can play by yourself. So if you just want to do a solo campaign and just flip some cards, relax a bit, I find it very relaxing. Just to, end of the day, just kind of do that. And yeah, 4 players max. There are some variant rules online you could find for 5 players,
Mhm.
but a lot of you have to get clues in reference to how many people there are. Once you get to 5, if you were to do 5 players, 15 clues is a lot, and also almost impossible.
Mm.
So it's just before, because of course you're spawning more monsters. If you only have one person who's really geared towards fighting and killing monsters, because that's not what it's all about. You have to find clues. You have to undo spells. You have to cast your own spells to get past things. There's a lot of going on. And it takes a lot of teamwork and a lot of thought into your deck. There's also an EXP system, an XP system. So as you level up, you will... So not really leveling up, you gain XP, and then you can pay for higher tier cards. So say I get 6 XP from a campaign, I can get 6 1 XP cards, and
Mhm.
they are 1 for 1. You will trade out one of your new cards for one of your old cards. You
Okay.
have to keep a certain amount of cards in your deck, and that is dependent on the investigator. Some have 30 cards, 35, 40. It just depends.
That's cool. So you get to advance your character
Exactly.
as you play. That's cool. Oh yeah, and of course Mal says that. Our board game reviewer. She's like, yeah, you do this thing.
Exactly. The hero gets bonuses, and also the hero, if you die, you can get a lot of negative nerfs as well. You start out with lower health, you start out with lower sanity, because there are 2 health bars essentially in this game, just like every Arkham game. You can either go crazy or you can die trying.
Fair.
And then you have different different aspects of your who you are. So like some people are good at brawling, some people are good at spell casting, investigating, or just running away, and you can get permanent buffs for that throughout your campaign. The way it's meant to be played is you play with one character through your deluxe expansion, so like say Path to Carcosa, and then throughout the entire storyline of the Yellow King, you will play one investigator. Do you have to do that? No, it's your game. Do what you want. So like Tab, like my wife, she wanted to switch. She's like, I like this character, but I want to try this. I'm like, absolutely. I don't care. Who cares? She's like, can I use my XP? Sure. like it's a game.
But definitely, yeah.
So I like it, and I just wanted to share it with y'all just because it's something I'm passionate about, and that's what I like doing. I like talking to people and teaching. Cool. So.
Well, thank you, Zach, for showing us the Arkham Horror game for the LCG. And we also have a couple other things. What's in our notes?
We're talking about, so I want to talk about, why don't you go ahead, because I just talked my butt off for a while.
Yeah, very soothing voice.
So we're going to have another segment starting next week, and it's going to be about Magic. And I know a lot of people are probably magicked out, but this is going to be something a little different. It's going to be Will. If you haven't met him, you will next week. He's going to start recording just something small, 5-minute little features about a certain card. We're going to call it Force of Will, being one of the most popular Magic cards in history. That being said, he's going to talk about it. He's going to take a single card and say, hi, I like this card because of X, Y, and Z. These are cool combos. This is, why I chose this card. It's everything about it. It's essentially a card spotlight. But Will, more so than playing the game, he knows everything there is to know about Magic's story, which is actually very rich and very deep.
Yes.
So he can tell you not only like, oh man, I can hit this combo and be a cool boy, but also why the card was like that, why they chose that art, why it was drawn that way, why it's these colors, why it cost this much.
He is a great historian of Magic, the Gathering lore,
I mean,
which is
honestly,
fantastic.
he'd be a great historian of anything.
Yeah, he tells great stories.
He's a good storyteller. So like when he comes over and it's just like, I'm typing in invoices, like we're talking, and it's just like listening to him tell stories is really nice. So I hope y'all enjoy that next week. I'm excited to see it.
We are very excited and very grateful for him to be on the show.
So the one thing, we highlighted a lot of products today, and so Gen Con, super cool. I love it. There's one thing that wasn't at Gen Con because it was announced beforehand.
Yes.
And this one's pretty big. It is the Curse of Strahd revamped.
Yes.
You get it?
Oh God, stop.
It's revamped.
Anyways, we don't have a picture of this, but it is on our web.
Vampires.
Oh God, shut up.
Revamped.
You're gonna keep going with this, aren't you?
No, I'm done.
Anyways,
Revamped.
I knew it.
Yes.
Yeah. So the revamped version is going to be a collector's box set of the Curse of Strahd adventure.
It's not a box, it's a coffin.
It is a coffin. It's super cool. It's a coffin, and it's going to come with a silver embossed Taraka deck. It's going to have a huge map of Barovia and an entirety of Castle Ravenloft. It's going to have 3 books in it, all softback. One is the adventure. One is a monsters manual specifically for the creatures in the scenario, and then finally a NPC's book to give you more history about the different characters that you will meet in the setting.
In addition to that, there's also a series of handouts to give out, different letters, different things. As your players progress, they receive numerous letters from different NPCs. Those are actually going to be physically in hand to give them to read instead of you having to read it out loud, because it's just quality of life, it's just nice things. I know a lot of DMs already print those out in the first place because they are in the book as letters.
Yes.
And then there are going to be these cool postcards.
Yes,
to
that's
invite people to your game.
People to your game. Yes.
It's missing you in, I can never
Barovia.
In Barovia. Missing you in Barovia. So
it's a very Strahd thing to do.
Yeah,
I invite you to my castle.
I invite you to get wrecked.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So there's one more thing we didn't really talk about too much because they didn't release pictures for it that I can have access to, as far as like a nice JPEG instead of just like, hey, here's a fuzzy screen capture. Have fun. So Song of Ice and Fire is getting a lot of new releases. So they're going to have unit attachments for just about every faction. They're going to have Kingsmen and Queensmen for the Baratheons. The always forget it. Let me have it. What's the name?
The The Greyjoys?
Reavers, Greyjoys. Thank you. The Greyjoys are getting their own faction.
Yes, they're going to have a starter. It's going to be
Yeah,
awesome.
I cannot wait. The Greyjoys
Don't forget
are going to
War
be cool.
Mammoths and Dragons.
War Mammoths and
Dragons!
of course, dragons for the Khaleesi herself. So that is going to be super cool. I cannot wait for the sculpts to. I saw the dragons are available, but not much else as far as good quality pictures. But it's going to be very cool and a lot of fun. And this is definitely good news to hear. I mean, CMON's going to kick back into full production because they were having some issues. That's why the lack of Targaryen and Baratheon starters. So that's going to be fun to have back in the store. But
and now
one thing left to
we
do.
are running low, so
two things left to do. But
yes, we are going to go ahead and start giving away some free stuff. Today's free stuff is all not sponsored, but all thanks to Renegade Game Studios. And the first thing we're going to give away is this awesome playmat for the Eternals deck building game.
That is cool art.
Yes.
I didn't get to look at it yet.
Look at that.
That's really cool.
Very cool. All right. Calculus Round 3000. Give it to us. Woo!
Bill Mazerat.
Hey, Bill Mazerat. Fantastic. All right, we're going to have this behind the counter for you whenever you get a chance to come back in. Of course, a playmat can't go out without the actual game itself. Whoop. So we have a full copy of the game from Renegade Game Studios. And who's this one going to?
Was that a double?
That was a double.
Malcolm Guidry.
Malcolm Guidry, you get a full copy of Eternals, The Chronicles of the Throne. It is really cool. It's a really neat versus deck builder. I think you guys will really enjoy it, you and Brittany. All right. So the last item we're giving away is a promo model. It is the Zeo Gold Character Pack. This is not available for retail. This is something that you had to either get through the Kickstarter or if you went to a convention or whatever. We have a copy of it, and we are giving it out to you. Who's this one going to?
Lisa Moran.
It's her birthday. Congratulations,
That's
Lisa.
awesome.
You get a promo Zeo Gold character. All right. Well, that is pretty much it for the show. We had so much stuff to download to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We would normally have a section for Q&A, but we got people outside the door and we got to open up and let them in. But thank you so much. Please come and see us. Don't forget, check our web store, goforgamesnola.com. We're going to have a bunch of these items that we spoke about today up for pre-order. Get your numbers in. And Zach, we have anything else to say?
Toads are the real rulers of the galaxy.
Oh, boy. He's broken. We broke him. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
How we going, guys?